like the championship. The pressure just gets, nothing else, it's turned up every week, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Listen to these numbers. 9 races before the chase. From 8th to 14th in the standings, only 71 points. And even tighter when you get further down there, from 10th place Matt Kenseth to 14th place David Rudeman, only 17 points. And again, just 9 races to go. So, yeah, the pressure is on big time for these guys who want to contend for a championship. And this is one of the events they call a wild card race. I mean, anything can happen when you come to Daytona or Talladega. So the pressure is there for these guys. You know, you'll want to stand on the gas. You want to go for the win, but yet you want to be conservative and stay in the points and leave here as high in the rankings as you can as we move on to Chicagoland next week. We're about to see how it's going to turn out here this evening as the field works off turn number 4, hits into the tri-oval with pace car getting set to make that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. For the start of the 51st running of the Coke 0400, here's MRN Radio's Barney Hall.
Pace car about to hit pit road. They come down into the tri-oval here at Daytona International Speedway, getting set to go 400 miles in the Coke 0400 powered by Coca-Cola. 600 feet away from the start-finish line, green flag goes in the air, and we are underway. And at the bottom of the racetrack, Tony Stewart has the quick way around if he can stay down there. Last night, the fast lane was at the bottom of the racetrack. Going to take a little while to get these restrictor plate engines wound up, but Tony takes them over to turn 2.
Fast way around may not be the fast way around anymore. Jeff Gordon's in that outside lane, and he's got a trunk full of the blue deuce. Kurt Busch shoving Jeff Gordon to the lead. Busch now to the outside will challenge Tony Stewart for second. Gordon out in front all by himself, and they stack up for the number 2 position. Here's Kurt Busch and Tony Stewart side by side. Now the pack has caught Jeff, and here comes the inside line. Tony Stewart to the bottom, looking for the lead in 3.
He's just about a half a car length behind Jeff Gordon as they climb the banking in turn 3. Tony Stewart on the move, and he's got some company behind him. Jimmy Johnson trying to push Stewart to the race lead. Coming to the line to complete lap number 1. It is Jeff Gordon leading the line on the outside. Tony Stewart to the inside lane by inches at the stripe. It is Jeff Gordon. He's getting a push by Kurt Busch, and again stacked up 2 by 2 throughout the field.
Each driver's got at least a half a dozen drafting partners glued to their back bumper, and one more time around, it is nose to nose. Tony Stewart on the inside, Jeff Gordon on the outside. Nothing to pick between them as they hit 2. High-speed pace lap up the super stretch, 2 by 2 through virtually the entire field. Here's Tony Stewart, fender out in front. Here's Kurt Busch up the middle. Bye by Jeff Gordon with no drafting help in the outside lane.
He goes all the way to the top of the banking, and nobody goes with him. Jeff Gordon now free-falling through the field. Stewart down low, Kurt Busch topside there, wheel to wheel once again as they exit 4.
Tony Stewart's exactly where he wants to be, down at that inside line with plenty of drafting help, but he's still got great competition on the outside. Kurt Busch at the start-finish line almost led the lap, but misses by maybe a foot. They go back to turn 2.
And Jeff Gordon has thrown out the anchor on the DuPont Chevrolet. He's got no drafting help at all. He's back outside the top 20. He is still free-falling, way up to the outside. Safer barrier. No help for Jeff Gordon as he heads to the back. Now he finally finds a place in line. He is worse than mid-pack, as up front it's still a dead heat for the lead. Hot and heavy now. Kurt Busch to the outside line. He'll search ahead. Hamlin gets second. Now here's Kyle and Tony wheel-to-wheel for third.
Well, Denny Hamlin took a look trying to dive to the inside of Kurt Busch, but Kurt Busch just turned left, cut him off through the block. He's the race leader. Denny Hamlin second, side by side from third on back. Here comes Kyle Busch working the outside lane, trying to make up some ground here as the front 2 try to get away. Stewart has the inside lane covered, but Kyle's all over him trying to make the pass in turn 1. Busch brothers try to organize a 4th of July family reunion at the front of the pack. Kurt leads the race. Kyle on the outside of Tony Stewart. He's going to battle for third, but smoke is not done yet. He powers to the low groove. Underneath Denny Hamlin, he's back on the hunt for second. Last time up the super stretch, Kurt had the outside line. He'll come back to the bottom. Smoke's got thoughts of going up the gut. He'll back away as Kurt changes lanes. Here's Tony back to the bottom. He wants a piece of second, but he's got to get around Denny Hamlin to get it. Watching Kyle Busch right behind Denny Hamlin, he thought about trying to slip to the inside, couldn't do it. Jimmy Johnson had it sealed off. Here comes Denny Hamlin, though. He's got the outside line rumbling. He'll take the lead.
Just wonder if they can race like this all night